So much thought went into this case that I just had to make a video on it. I had to show you guys what this is all about, and just like all of the different really cool ideas. The inset back, the raised camera around the bump so that when you put it down, it doesn't wobble. The concave area here so that it's flush almost with your screen on these areas where you swipe, and then raised on the edges so when you drop your phone, it's protected. The different material types on the sides here to make it the grip case. It's called the grip case, and so it makes it really grippy. The really nice feeling button presses. The engineering alone, and then the addition of the Dbrand skins you can apply to this, I had to make a review. Let me do a little backstory before we jump into what this is. So I got an email from Dbrand, and you probably are very familiar with Dbrand. If you watch any tech YouTube channels, they are pretty well known. They sponsor a lot of channels. They reached out and they were like, hey, we'll pay you $50 if you hate our case. And I was like, okay, wait, what? We'll pay you $50 if you hate our case, and we're going to send it to you. I thought it was a spam message. And so I was like, first of all, I was like, man, nothing is going to break my addiction of silicone cases. Like, Apple. Anyway, you're not going to break my addiction of silicone cases. This is just for this year. Okay. And there's no way that your grip case is that grippy. Like, I'm so used to these, and I love these. So I was like, But I also thought it was spam. Like, how do you know that someone is good? You know, like, we're going to pay you $50 if you hate it. It's like, that's weird. So I emailed them back and I confirmed that it was actually Dbrand, and they sent me out a case. And long story short, I ended up really, really liking it. It's now my permanent case. It's just a case, Tristan. Why would it make you not want all of the other billions of cases that you have? Well, let me explain that to you. So let's open this up. And I wanted to show you there's some really cool engineering that goes into this. So this is the box it comes in. It's actually well presented. And there you go. And then here's all the different skins that you can put on the back of this. So this is the back, and you can customize it. So let's take a look here. So yeah, so we've got this really unique pattern, which is also raised. We've got a nice marble, I guess that would be called. And it's kind of like it feels like a trapper keeper. If you, oh boy, I'm aging myself. This is just white, and it feels like a piece of paper, but it's actually not. It's actually like a plastic or rubber or whatever the hell they've used for their things. And then this one is a matte finish, and obviously that's just a cool breakdown, right? And then you have just a black one. This is like an insert in like a legal document, and it has like a rough finish. And then this is like the white one, and it's a little bit more paper-like. I've already taken some of these off. That's why you see bubbles, by the way. But yeah, those are cool. But the case, okay? Like, these aside, I didn't even think I would want one of these on one of my cases. I was like, I just want a case. So let's talk about the case, okay? I wrote the guy back right after he sent me the case, and I said, look, we gotta talk. Cause I kept it on the phone for a while, and I just was like, wow, this is like such a good design. This is really, like, the engineering that went into this is quite brilliant. And when they say it's grippy, it is. And I was worried it was gonna be super heavy, because like I said, I'm used to like really light silicone cases with a very strong magnet. And yeah, the engineering behind this actually made it lighter. And that was probably what sold me the most. Plus other things. Let me show you. So let me show you the back here first. So let's get a nice close look at this. Do you see this here? See how it like cascades down and flattens out? So it protects your camera bump, but then it cascades down. And then also the back is inset just a little bit. So that inset, when you're holding it, feels really nice. Like, it gives you more of a grip. And ironically, where you would grip it you have these that are little plastic bumps above the normal case, and this is like a scratchier finish, and this is just like a polished finish, and they're both plastic, but it works. Like, it grips well. It literally makes your finger attached to it, and so when you're holding it and your finger goes back there, it feels really good just for that. And this is for the Pro Max, and my hands are not that big, and it fits perfectly in my hand. It also makes it so it sits on your desk really well. You don't get a lot of like, see, you don't get like any, it's not gonna do any weird rocking because of the back, you know, like a lot of these phone cases, they do like this because of, they just put a bump around here. Here, let me show you, actually, let me show you an example. So this is my silicone case, and the bump is just there. And you see that? So like, let me be fair, and I'll hit it on the sides. See, it's not doing that. Cool, right? So that's the first bit of engineering that I noticed that just like popped out to me, and I was like, okay, that's really cool. And I didn't know until I held it, and I was like, oh, that inset is a brilliant idea. Then when we flip it over, and let's go to my phone so we can actually take a look at this. Sorry for the dirty phone. Actually, these come with little wipies. So let's clean up my phone real quick. Okay, so here is the other piece of engineering that I found really cool. Look at the edges the best you can in this video. Do you notice anything? Are you seeing what I didn't see until I started rubbing my finger to do normal actions on my phone? Do you see it? It is the edges waterfall in to become nearly flat in the swiping areas. So when you're swiping, it's very easy to swipe back and forth because you get it flush with the screen in this area nearly where it's probably never going to drop, so you get better swiping. And then on the edges, it rounds up on the corners to protect it from fall. Now, when you put it down, also no problem. So here's Apple silicone, and you see how the lip is the same dimensions across the whole thing. So when you're swiping, you're hitting it, like you're gonna drag over. And so you do feel that. And you don't appreciate the work that they put into this and having it so that this dips down until you try it. And you're like, oh, wow, that is a wonderful feeling to have like an extension of the swipe right there. That is such a cool idea. Plus, then you have super clicky buttons, and I'll put it up to the mic so you can see it. I'll even do the same button presses here. Like, there's good feedback, and it just feels good. And because of the different types of textures on the buttons, you always know where you're at. Like, you're not going to be like, oh, which one's the volume, which one is not. And it's got a divider between up and down, so you know when you're at the top volume and the bottom volume, and also when you're on the action button. So anyway, this is not my normal review. I don't normally review stuff like this, nor did I think that Dbrand, I thought Dbrand was like, you know, oh, this video brought to you by Dbrand. Who gives a crap, right? But then I was like, oh my God. And then like the case itself is fantastic. It's really well made. It's lightweight. It feels great in the hand. It has all this really cool engineering. And I just thought that was awesome. What a cool idea. There was so much thought went into this case that I just had to make a video on it. I had to show you guys what this is all about, and just like all of the different really cool ideas. The inset back, the raised camera around the bump so that when you put it down, it doesn't wobble. The concave area here so that it's flush almost with your screen on these areas where you swipe, and then raised on the edges so when you drop your phone, it's protected. The different material types on the sides here to make it the grip case. It's called the grip case, and so it makes it really grippy. The really nice feeling button presses, and just the overall aesthetic. And then the fact that you can take any of these and apply them. Here, let's do one right now. There you go. And it still has that nice feel to it, and it just makes it look kind of cool. So you have this really cool base design for a case, and then you can customize it so you don't have to change your case that you're used to and that you like for another one. You just put on a skin and boom, you get something that looks completely different. I will mention that if you do go with the leather back, you're going to lose a little bit of the inset design. Like it pushes this out a little bit further because this is real leather. It smells wonderful, by the way. And apparently they got a lot of flack from the ASPCA because of it. So enjoy it if you do get it. I think it looks fantastic. It feels really good. So I don't mind. It adds a little tiny bit of weight, but it's already a light case. It definitely makes the MagSafe a little bit weaker because of its thickness. So adding any backing is going to make the MagSafe just a little bit weaker. But in terms of you know, overall MagSafeness, it still works perfectly. It works with MagSafe. It has customization, looks good, feels good, and has some really cool engineering. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. I hope it's helpful. I would highly recommend grabbing one of these if you want a lightweight, very smart design for a case, and it also protects your phone from drops. Because like I said, since I put this on here, I've been dropping it a lot. I don't know if it's like Murphy's Law or what, but yeah, that's been happening. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope this has been helpful. This wasn't sponsored by Dbrand. This was just me saying, hey, I would really like to show you guys this cool case. I already recommended this to my stepmom, and she picked one up because I just think this is one of the best cases I've ever put on my phone. I don't think I will be switching. So bravo, Dbrand. I am happy to show people this cool, innovative product because this is really smartly engineered. Well done. Can't say that enough. All right. See you in the next video. Bye.